Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Biters and Bullets. It is another, survivors, kind of game. Bullet heaven, whatever you want to call them. Can't loot superpowers while mini-bosses are alive. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Anyway, so this is a, well, it's another, bullet heaven. So we've got endless amounts of zombies chasing after this dude, and he's got a gun with infinite ammo, and boy howdy, he is going to blast a lot of hot dog zombies. I definitely recognize some of the assets used for this game, but frankly, considering, you know, how this genre's tradition started, I can't really complain about bot assets or anything like that. Frankly, for me, the gameplay is all that matters, and much of that boils down to, well, what's actually good here? I'm thinking I'm gonna grab the dynamite. Yeah, I think the dynamite's the right call here. Ow, ow. Because I don't have an AoE. My gun does 5 damage, which isn't terrible, but it's not great either. Dodge chance, HP, or saw blade that spins around the player. Oh, that's what that does. I was really hoping it would be more like garlic. Instead, it's the book. Well, it's okay. It looks like a pizza. Like, a really messed up pizza, but it does look like a pizza to me. I think I just want pizza. I think I will have to go out of my way to obtain pizza soonish. Let's see. Throw a Molotov at the nearest enemy. Sure. We're just gonna load up on random junk and just see what happens. I'm not gonna think about a build. I'm just here to try and experiment with weapons. Okay, drone. Your own eyes from the sky, but with an attached assault rifle. Sure. So now I just have a secondary source of firepower, and it looks like we're maxed out on abilities, so I guess this is just what I've got for the time being. We'll see if they work together. They're probably not. I think I need to focus more on, like, AoEs or something. So knockback force, EXP gained by... Ooh. Interesting. Zombies to explode on death. Let's go for the EXP gain, though. All the same. Yeah, I like the idea of the Molotov. If I can have multiple of those or have them stick around on the ground longer, I think we'll be in a good spot. This game also has a somewhat extensive meta progression, so if it feels like I'm a little weak, that's why. Let's just go for the pistol upgrade for the time being. There we go, and I don't mind getting surrounded a little bit, because it gives me the opportunity to let my dynamite and my Molotov really sing, and yep, as it does. So extra Molotov. Ooh. I could go for the happy cigarette, which, of course, why not? Do we want to go for a little bit of healing or go for the Molotov? Actually should have gone for the healing. But I wasn't paying attention to how much HP I have. So yeah, I'll snag that the next time it shows up, just for a little bit of extra healing. Also, thank you, Texas Ranker, for gifting, what is that? 5 gifted subs. Thanks so much. Oops. It's got a little dicey. Alt-tabbing is a bad move. Let's see. Knockback force, crit damage. I guess I'm gonna work on the pistol. I don't really think extra range helps that much. Frankly, I think, range on a projectile weapon should only matter if it's like a really interesting projectile weapon. 5 grams of Florida snow. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know how much I'm supposed to care about these things. Like, normally with that kind of deprecation, I'm like, that's a little mean, but it's also Florida, so it's like, is that a problem? I don't know. Okay, coin gain plus 10%, chance for zombies to explode on death. I'm gonna go for the saw blade. The explode on death is nice, but it's very small. It's a blind box. Okay. Yeah, really not subtle with the tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, I guess that's the way to put it. And honestly, like, subtlety is, lack of subtlety is totally fine. Ooh, can I do anything with this? Yes. So maybe I don't need it as much as I thought. Well, I'll hang here. Ooh. This guy's got, like, a purple gem. Alright. 5 rerolls. Increase heal effects by 20% or carry an extra weapon. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna go for the saw blade damage for now. But I like those supply box upgrades. Those are good. You know, I was worried that it was just gonna give me more upgrades to like pre-existing things. So it's like, oh, you got another saw blade upgrade, like in Vampire Survivors. I always found the chest system in Vampire Survivors, like, initially it was like, oh, cool, a chest. I get upgrades, and then now it's just kind of like, eh. They don't do anything. It just gives levels. UV light will keep you protected. Has a strong knockback effect. Okay, here's the garlic. I've now protected myself with the power of the sun. And or stank. It could be either. You never know. Okay, did we get Borger? Yeah, so maybe I don't need healing as much if I've got Borger. So it also looks like EXP might just disappear over time, which is a bit of a downer. I feel like it should just get collected. Unless it was that purple gem. Which, I mean, it could be. I haven't seen another purple gem show up. So, hopefully EXP doesn't disappear. That's like my least favorite mechanic out of all of the other bullet heavens I've seen go by. Well, I guess I'll increase my attack speed. I definitely need some more levels here. If I can snag them. And yeah, if we see a Molotov upgrade go by, I should probably start investing into that. Because the dynamite is certainly working, but not like as well as it could be. And maybe we just wander around for a little bit, see if we can find anything interesting. Because we're kind of lightly looking for boxes. And also, it's way harder for me to get surrounded. Oop, that's a tough bugger. Talk about painting the town red. Dude, I kind of wish stuff like blood wouldn't go away. I know that's a little dark, but it would be kind of neat if you really could tell where you've been based on the sheer quantity of gross. Double that Molotov damage, yeah. There we go. Let's see, do we have anything else up here? The problem is, like, not really. And I really do want all of this EXP. Ooh. Ooh, ouch. Burn for me. I think they're getting a little on the tough side. And that giant dude. Oh, we get a weapon crate for it. Okay. Oh, so it's a powerful weapon boost and a permanent one. So plus 10 damage and range on the pistol, or first shot after reload will explode on impact, dealing weapon damage in a 2-meter radius. Otherwise, we could do dynamite. Make the dynamite bigger, better, stronger. Let's go for the explosive shot. So are these actually called bullet heavens? Kind of depends on who you ask. I've been pushing the genre name. I know a lot of people have said like Survivors likes, but I hate that name. It's so iffy. Like it's not that it's strictly bad, but it's like the laziest kind of naming convention comparatively. Whereas Bullet Heaven makes a ton of sense from a reverse bullet hell perspective. Because I am the bullet hell. Therefore, flip it, Bullet Heaven. Now, obviously, a lot of people probably are going to disagree with me on that one, and have in the past, but I still think it's the best possible genre name that anybody could have come up with. Ooh, this is getting spicy. I like reverse bullet hell. My problem with reverse bullet hell, it's just longer. Bullet heaven says the exact same thing, but in less words, if that makes sense. I'm probably gonna die here. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, the problem is I'm lured by the siren song of all of this EXP on the ground. But I'm also dying. Like, it's many words but accurate, but so is Bullet Heaven. And that's kind of why I kind of push for it as the name. Compared to most others. Because it's... I don't know. What? What? Huh. Huh. This is not what I was expecting. As far as, like, weird power-ups go, but freaking heck yes. You know, don't give me curry breath, make me a big giant man for a while. I like that. Oh, they are shooting at me now. Well, that's spicy. Okay, what do we get? Let's see. Increases damage done by 25% below health. Increases heal effects by 20%. Funny looking hat. That is going to be a boost for me right at this very moment, and it's kind of exactly what I need. Okay, I bet the purple gems are actually all of the collected EXP from off screen. We picked up what looks to be a warhead, and I'm not quite sure. Yeah, there was a nuke. Well, I've obtained the nuke, and I'm confused by it. It looks like these crates respawn in the exact same location every single time. So that's actually something to keep in mind. Grab the money, because we want the meta progression. Yep. So just kind of memorizing where the crates are is actually going to be kind of a nice thing I should grab. Okay, there's another purple gem. Yeah, so I think it does consolidate gems off screen. I like that. Keep upping the Molotov damage. Oh. There are different upgrades, like parallel ones. So if I keep skipping the bullet range upgrade, I might actually get something better. Good. Good, good, good. I really appreciate that. This is a fairly smart bullet heaven, frankly. Velocity is kind of nice. Yeah, we'll snag it. I'm curious if there's an upper limit. Oh boy. This is going to go slightly poorly for me. This is a bad place. Too easy to get surrounded. Luckily there is box with burger. Ooh, there's also a big boy. Okay. Ow. It's fine. I have Borger. I have Borger and a lot of fire. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep running around looking for boxes at this point. Because I know I'm not going to live. My main goal is just to, ow. My main goal is to get as much EXP as I possibly can. Or EXP money, effectively. There's another one. More Borger. Okay, let's just kind of retrace our steps if we can. I'm not actually killing many of these zombies at this point. Yeah, there's the purple gem, just like I was kind of hoping it would be. Increases UV damage by a little bit. Yeah, sure. Oh, there's a weapon crate there, but I do not know if I'm going to be able to get to that. Let's increase our attack speed. Got it. Spawn an additional saw blade. Drone will now shoot short bursts of flame that apply burn on enemies hit or increase the damage and radius. An additional saw blade is tempting. Making it hella fast and do hella damage is actually maybe better. But no, more saw blade. There's a purple gem. What? 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 Ha! 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 Oh, I can do donuts. I think that's what I'm supposed. Oh gosh. This ran out at the worst possible place. Did Wander just turn into a car? What a novel idea for a power-up. Yup. What the? Like a weird ghost Nova came after me. Alright. Snag the Borger. Is that a goblin? That is a goblin. Yeah, that's a bot asset. I'm pretty sure Soulstone Survivors actually uses that same goblin asset, frankly. I'm not really complaining too much. Honestly, when it comes down to it, like, it's just a thing that happens. And for, once again, a game like this, especially if, you know, the plan is to sell it for like $3 to $5, hard to complain. You would not believe how many bot assets I had to work with when I was but a wee lad. Let's go for the UV. I could go for the, more marijuana. But I don't think it's as practical as I'd like it to be. Boy, those shooty dudes are actually a bit of a problem. Okay, supply box has appeared. We are going to want that. Ah. Where is it? Directly above me. Okay. I'm gonna try and weave through. We've got a gold gem there, and then a purple gem here. Got it. Crit chance. No, more attack speed. I figure the faster my attack speed, the more Molotovs we can chuck. And I don't know if that affects my saw blade. No, I don't think it affects my saw blade attack, or velocity. I kind of wish it did. If it doesn't. Borger. Money and Borger. Got it. Alright. Damage is stationary, get 5 rerolls. Ooh. Increase all healing effects. I guess I'm gonna go Devil's Bones. I was hoping for something a little bit more interesting than this, but... I mean, what else am I going to do about it? Cripes. This hurts. Oh, we get 2 levels here. Let's see. Go for the sketchy steroids. I don't know if they're particularly good. I'm not big on the explosion sound effects, but I think that's just me not liking unusually loud noises. Seems rather hard to reach the EXP drops. It's true, part of it is pickup radius is locked under meta progression. That, and also, notice how a purple gem was just dropped? That's not like a... That's not a, like a random drop thing. That's actually a, that's actually just a collection of all of the gems from areas that I haven't been to. So, you know, if I can't get to the EXP, that's fine, I can keep wandering around. And, I'll still get it, which is actually super nice. But yeah, that explosion sound effect is disproportionately loud and not a good way. And it's like, it's fine. But it could be better. Normalized sound effects are very important for me to some degree. I don't like loud. More EXP gain just because. Okay, another purple gem. I'm probably gonna die soon. This is not the area to stage the last stand, to be honest. Well, we'll see. Dodge chance 10%. Nah, I can do better than this. Molotov damage, absolutely. Let's see. Damage radius. Increase radius by 2.9 per... yeah, up to 2.9. Let's do it. So far I haven't really felt like the... No, the Garlic Aura actually really does work. It does bounce a Zombo back. Just max HP by 10%. Pickup radius, or let's level up the Dynamite finally. Okay. It's not just a good sounding explosion. It sounds like someone slapping a cardboard box. Ha! That is a mental image and a half. Orger. How am I not dead? I was assuming that this run would end poorly. Oh, we're ticking down. We actually only have a couple of minutes left. Rad. Let's go for exploding bullets. At this point, the zombies exploding on death actually seems like it'd be good. Okay, yeah, I wasn't quite sure if there was going to be a, an ending to this, or if it's just go until you die. But if there's an ending, I'm not throwing this run, if I can avoid it. Obviously, might choke, because shit hard, but... Oh, got that. Hit the Zambo Wizard. Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's the supply crate from the Big Bad. Well, range, radius, and damage on the Molotov. Oh my gosh, that probably makes it absurd. Look at him burn. Yeah, I think that Molotov just got spicy. Increased pistol damage? Sure. That's effective. But at this point, we really kind of want to rush Molotov level ups, and then also attack speed, so I can just more Molotovs. So I think for next run, I'm just going to turn the sound effects off, is the real answer. And in fact, right now, sound effects volume, bye. Oh. Yep. That's why the explosion noise is so loud. It's not actually tied to the sound effects slider. Shoot. Well, in that case, I guess we're just muting the audio and listening to our own. Yeah, that is bad. I've seen a lot of games do that lately. Where they forget about... They forget about, like, a sound effect and tie it to the wrong slider or something. Or don't tie it to a slider at all and just make it tied to... Oh, muting whole game audio doesn't do it. Okay, let's turn it down a little further and we're good. Never understood why that's done. Mostly, I'd chalk it up to just, not knowing. You know, for most people, it might not be a problem. You might not notice. You might be playing at full volume. Or most developers. Or, you know, ultimately, maybe they do know it's an issue, but compared to getting the game to run, a small thing like the sound effects not being tied to the right, you know, sound effects not being tied to the right thing, it doesn't really come off as particularly important. I don't know. I think there's a lot of different ways that that kind of thing happens. And I mostly, like, don't... It doesn't bug me too much, especially because, like, if the sound effects are that bad in that manner, I usually can just turn them off, or the whole game volume off, and listen to my own music, and pretty much not feel like I'm missing out. You know, the music that they got for the game wasn't bad, but there's also the very real possibility that, you know, it's not even YouTube safe to begin with, and that I will have to remove it from the YouTube side of things. We'll see. I don't know. I don't mind listening to extraordinarily chill music while slaughtering endless hordes of zombies. I cannot wait to see somebody tackle this, but as like a third-person shooter. With like friends. I love horde modes. In video games, they're a ton of fun, but they're so boring, too. You know, you play them like once or twice and you're like, I've kind of seen everything. The only thing I can do is increase the, you know, increase the difficulty of it. Or maybe try a different weapon today and that's it. And, like, I would love to see, somebody take like I'd even say Left 4 Dead and kind of rethink it using, like bullet heaven design choices. Like, that's actually what I was really hoping Back 4 Blood would be with the card system. And it kinda did, but none of the cards ever felt like they really did too much. But like, I don't know, think of like, Deep Rock Galactic with like, you know, every time you get an objective or mine some stuff, you straight up get like a perk or 3, maybe one of which just increases the size of your gun. So by the end of it, you've got a minigun the size of the mule. And boy howdy, you know, it shoots bullets that big too. Oh no, I'm stuck on the bench. That's bad. Like, I realize it would... Oh. Okay, we got a Vespa to bring us back to the beginning. Why the hell not? This is like the most gamey game that ever did game. I love it. Now we have to fight Karen. Well, I don't know what I expected. I honestly don't. I guess it was this. Game has humor, nice. Kind of. I don't know. I don't think I like this kind of humor, to be honest. It's kind of one of those where it's like, it's funny once, but after a certain point, it just ends up feeling kind of weirdly cheap. Like, I get it. But, I guess ironically enough, growing up, I knew quite a number of Karens that were not, you know, the stereotypical Karen. And, like, I was talking to one once, kind of in the aftermath of this. Oops. And she'd actually, like, straight up said, like, it's actually really uncomfortable being around people. Let's see, mourn the dead and slay the reaper. Interesting. It's actually really uncomfortable being around people because they absolutely will be just kind of shitty about it. Let's see, do we have anything else? Oh, we can unlock. So we can get different weapons. We can also get, okay, Nervous Nelson, Barbara Butcherson, Chaos Keith, Riot Ricky. It's infantile and cheap, but sometimes that can be relaxing. No thinking needed. I guess. I think my main problem is just that a lot of humor nowadays tends to be kind of infantile in a bad way. Grenade launcher. Or even like punching down. And that always spooks me a little bit because humor that punches down is never healthy for anybody. Is there no shotgun? What? Oh, there it is. But I have to complete stepping stones. Well, that's fair. Let's see. I guess let's grab the smug. Okay, so we can see there's differences. So Nervous Nelson has health regen. Barbara Butcherson has attack speed and crit chance. I don't know. Let's see. I could also just put a point into... Nah. Let's, grab Barbara. We want some attack speed. Oh, interesting. The different characters have different stats, too. Alright. We're just gonna dive into this one, see the SMG a little bit, and then I think move on. Because I wanted to see if the SMG is good. And the answer is so far, yes, actually, this is, like, far better than the pistol. I like that the skills aren't too expensive, too. It's true, though they do not actually give too much of a benefit, is the one downer. I guess I'll grab UV again. I don't really need projectile distance on the SMG, and honestly, devs, if you guys are listening, frankly, I'd actually get rid of projectile range and distance traveled. Unless you start adding, like, Hella Pierce, it's just not going to be necessary, in this game. Because, you know, when am I ever going to have to worry about there not being enough enemies for my SMG bullets to, not shoot far enough? Okay, let's just make the UV light kind of have huge range. I don't care about its damage. I mostly want it so it can keep enemies off of me. And everyone's making reverse bullet hells, aren't they? It's really easy to make. So this one was made by, like, 2 guys that have never made a game before and have, like, minimal game development experience. And, like, you know, if I wanted to, I could probably learn how to make an okay one in a month. And I realized that that's very much like a put your money where your mouth is moment. And, like, it's a temptation. I've just got other stuff to do. But, you know, especially if you're just a pair of programmers and you can just pick up most of your assets from a pack, you don't really need to worry too much about, you know, art, for example, or the music. Throws an axe that likely returns to the owner. Sure. That actually seems like it's going to be pretty good. Easy to make, but hard to do well. The main problem is the more of these games that get made, the more likely it is for the genre to become so oversaturated that no one will want to engage with it anymore. It also kind of creates this artificial resistance. Artificial? It's not an artificial resistance. It is straight up just an actual resistance against playing more of it. You know, how many of you guys let's see, how many of you guys groan when you see a roguelike deck builder nowadays that just looks like Slay the Spire? From digging around in modded Brotato, I can confidently say a few months, and I could, and I'm sure you could as well. Wholesome verse, Bullet Heaven win? Just, we all throw our lot in and try and skunk the poor Brotato dev out at his own game? Because I still think Brotato is probably the best I've played. It's a toss-up between Brotato and 20 Minutes Till Dawn, and I think if you could mush them together, you'd probably have, like, peak game there to some degree. Gotta make my lawn mowing roguelike deck builder first. Look, if Wholesomeverse ever decides to actually seriously get into game dev, I'll do the art for it. I think that would actually be really fun. Every once in a while I, like, eyeball Jonas's, like, tower defense thing, and if he ever talks about, like, adding an, getting art for it, I'd probably just do it in a weekend. Yeah, Brotato is better than 20 minutes. It's so pure. I think it's just, I get a little bored of Brotato after a little while. I need something that, like, really throws things out the window. But maybe I just haven't played the latest updates. Let's grab the Smug damage bonus. Oh, we've got one of these. But it's also one of those where, I don't know. I really like the Nova Drift style upgrade paths. And I want more games to kind of look at that and kind of understand why that's so good at controlling what your build is. I think my problem I ran into with Brotato was very much I was having trouble getting certain builds to work just out of sheer, I don't want to say randomness. You want to go for the crit chance? It's not much. I have to put a lot of upgrades in to make it good. Let's just make the spinning axe bigger. Adds a bubbly shield. Oh, it's actually kind of cute. But yeah, I also have not messed around with the Brotato modding in the slightest. I probably should, but I think I'm gonna wait on that game until it's actually like done. Or not done, but like at least in early access, maybe? I don't know. A lot of behind-the-scenes algorithms that play now to help force builds better. Hey, nice. Yeah, because I remember trying to go for like the, what was it? The like tiny elephant build or something where you, whenever you pick up like EXP, it was supposed to do damage to things on the, in the environment or, you know, on the level. And I get like one of those on a luck run, or like a lot of those but no luck, and it was just like, bleh. But yeah, if it actually programmatically decides like, oh, you get this build now. Okay, that's not bad. I'd like to upgrade that turret, but I think I want my Smug to do even more damage, considering how much I'm attacking. That turret, though. Okay, well, do we want to cycle at this point? I'm liking this game, but it's also the kind of thing where it's kind of bog standard. It does enough different that I'd play it again for a little while, but I think it does need some more juice. I think the main thing is a lot of the upgrades just don't feel good. Strictly speaking, small percentage bonus upgrades feel kind of iffy. I'd even go so far as to say I would actually rather see either the game look at how it scales a little, or slow down leveling a little bit, but make the upgrades bigger. So it feels like, you know, when you pick up the axe, AoE size increase, it's like a 50%, and so by the end of it, you were just spewing uber axes. You know, 1% exploding bullet, it's okay. But, you know, that really feels like you've got to put a lot of points into that for it to ever be worth it. And then, like, Happy Cigarette, you know, 0.3 health regen wasn't even noticeable. And so, for this kind of thing, I don't want to say that, like, being limited is necessarily going to be worse, but, I'm not excited when a lot of upgrades show up, and in fact, oftentimes I'll see, like, a bad upgrade and be like, okay, cool. And, wow, that bubble shield comes back quick, actually. That's super nice. But yeah, 20 Minutes Till Dawn has very good upgrades. Nearly all of them change how your shots behave in a noticeable way. That's part of the reason why I brought it up. First shot will explode in impact. Nope. There's an axe in the opposite direction. Nope, we're just going on the SMG. I do not want the explosive SMG. It is not worth it. But I think there's kind of a happy medium, but with these games, the worst you could be is just okay, because there's so many others that do the overtop nonsense very well, and that's something you gotta consider when making one. I think it's competent, but, like, there's a lot of competition in this field already, and, like, you really gotta bring your wildest set, otherwise you're just gonna get kind of lost in the crowd. So, anyway, with all that said, I think it's a good base, and if they can develop this further, and, I mean, I really like the super power-ups, and I actually almost wish that was something, that you could spec more towards in some way. Like, I really liked being Big Man for a bit. That was great. Boarhead was called My Ex-Wife. Yikes. That's the other thing I was going to say. A lot of the yikes humor, ain't doing it for me. I think some people are gonna like it, but... like, I know from my perspective, that is a reason why I would not be super thrilled about playing more. I get that, like, a lot of people actually really do like that kind of thing, but, I don't know. It just, I can't help but feel like it's slightly in poor taste. I guess kind of ties into the whole, like, you know, what is it, GTA, trying to clean up their act a little bit and be slightly less offensive. I know a lot of people have been mad about that, but for me, I don't know, that actually might make me play a GTA game. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I have time for those. When I was talking about mediocre upgrades, though, increase radius by 15% from 0.5 to 0.5. It's like, why would I ever pick that? The numerical upgrade of damage, you know, while kind of uninteresting, has like a really tangible benefit that I want to pursue. Whereas, like, conversely, Brotato might not have the most noticeable upgrades, but it gives you enough of them that you can really push a build. Anyway, so with that, I think let's move on to the next.